Programming update. The Hempstead Bobcat homecoming game, which was scheduled for tonight, has been postponed till Saturday, September 21st, due to the weather and the effects that it had on its opponent based out of Houston ISD. That kickoff will be Saturday, September 21st at 4 p.m. Enjoy the show. It's the radio guy, Mike Prince. Welcome to the Friday edition of the Mike Prince Show, coming to you each and every day right here through the Open Mic Broadcast Network. Of course, our social media handles for Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter are at the Mike Prince Show. The YouTube channel is Open Mic Broadcast Network. The website, obnradio.com, and our 24-hour dial-in message center, 713-570-6736. And without any further delay, we're going to jump right into today's episode. It is Football Friday, and with that, we want to remind you that if you are in the need of quality representation in the courtroom or outside the courtroom, you need to get in contact with Attorney Lee Van Richardson. He's located at 1047 Austin Street in Hempstead, Texas. He is equipped and ready to help you with legal needs. His phone number is 979-826-8008. You can call and set up an appointment today. Yesterday, I asked you to do me a favor, but today I'm going to ask you to do yourself a favor and get in contact with Diva Skin Conditioner. If you or someone that you know are being attacked by diabetes and the cause and effects that it can have to the hydration of your skin, you need to go to divafeet.com. Diva Skin Conditioner has a formula that is so powerful, and they're so confident that they're offering a money-back guarantee. Simply go to divafeet.com, D-I-V-A-H feet.com, place your order today. You can call and speak with a representative by dialing 903-270-0026. And don't be one of those who are caught unprepared when it comes to your insurance, whether it's home, life, auto, or business. You need to get in contact with Texas Farm Bureau, located at 3019 Austin Street in Waller, Texas. Agent Jeremy West is ready to service you for your insurance needs. That phone number is 936-931-3696. Friday night football schedules will see Bryan at Tomball Memorial. Royal will be on the road tonight. They'll face a non-UIL opponent on tonight. Fur High School will be at Hempstead for Hempstead's homecoming tonight. Navasota at Madisonville. Sealy will be at Belleville tonight for the Battle of Austin County. And the Waller Bulldogs have a bye this week. Rose Hill Christian will also have their homecoming festivities starting tonight at 7 p.m.
The voice of student athletics, the Open Mic Broadcast Network.
Well, it's a big weekend for the Panthers. They are in Lorman, Mississippi, preparing to take on the Alcorn State Braves at the reservation. That kickoff will be at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. It can be viewed on ESPN3. It can also be heard on the Prairie View Sports Network. And for those of you who might not have internet accessibility, you can listen to the Alcorn Prairie View broadcast by way of the Open Mic Broadcast Network through your telephone. All you have to do is dial the number 857-777-0000. It's just that simple. 857-777-0000. You will get all of the action as the Panthers go on to take on the Braves of Alcorn State. That kickoff is scheduled for 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. There's also supposed to be a listening party to support the Panthers on the road. There have been some community things to come up, and with the weather hitting of late, we're still going to check the lines to see if you could come on out and join with the listening party at the Prairie View Community Center. The gathering will start about 4 p.m. As we mentioned, the kickoff will be at 5. For more information on that, you can simply dial 936-333-5256. Come on out and celebrate with the Prairie View Athletic Club. Well, as we mentioned, it is a big week. Panthers taking on the Braves. Southern University taking on the Rattlers of FAMU. Arkansas Pine Bluff taking on Tennessee State. Mississippi Valley hosting Bethune-Cookman. Alabama State and Grambling. The hits just keep on coming. Alabama A&M will be taking on Samford. A huge, huge weekend. And we'll get a chance to talk about it all on Sunday night. Sunday night will feature the Sports Report live show. Of course, we talk to our local high school coaches, and we'll talk to some regional, national coaches, as well as hear from Johnny Football Cole as he breaks down our game of the week. His game of the week this week was the Alcorn Prairie View game. We'll see what he has to say and assess that one when we get together on Sunday evening. Sunday evenings at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time, right here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. And, of course, we cannot forget to make mention of the infamous Carlos Brown. He can be heard live here on the Open Mic Broadcast Network Saturdays from 10 to 12 noon. He talks about the world of HBCU sports and his beloved Southern University Jaguars. And, of course, he and I have been known to have our moments of swan dancing to the agree to disagree moments. But nonetheless, it's a great time. Come on out, give it a try. Saturday mornings, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. Well, we have been promising the whole week to hear from Ted Dixie. He's the voice of the Alabama A&M Bulldogs, and an animated voice he is. We'll get a chance to catch up with him and hear the behind-the-scenes things that went on in the Northern Alabama A&M showdown. A little, let's say, unhospitality as far as the treatment behind the scenes. We'll let him explain that in the course of it, but it would stir up Coach Maynor. He was quoted, and it created a buzz that this is 2019, not 1959, to kind of give you an indication of what the treatment may have been like. But nonetheless, it is one of the intriguing and dynamic things on why we believe sports has its place in society, whether it be politically, socially, economically, and I've been quoted for saying even spiritually. So that'll be an interesting conversation. He'll break down what the Bulldogs will have to do or how they'll have to rebound in order to take on the foes of another Southern Conference opponent. And before we slide on over to Brother Dixie, I couldn't help but notice that the University of Houston Cougars had a struggle last night against Tulane. And I mistweeted. I said Tulsa, but Tulsa, Tulane, tomato, it's all the same. They blew a 21-point lead. And I normally don't get on that, but those of you who listen to my show know how I feel about my beloved Panthers, know how I feel about this Southwestern Athletic Conference, the MEAC Conference, and all the other conferences, to be, quite honest with you. But I've been researching. I had some people to request, and I can't seem to find it right now, but it was in this past weekend's edition of the Houston Chronicle to speak of why the Cougars struggled against Washington State. And it was to the regards that maybe because they played Prairie View, they played down, and therefore they were not up for the Washington State game. Well, you played the number 20th ranked team in the nation on last week. You played Tulane, who's not ranked, but they are in your conference. What's the excuse this week? No excuses. If you drop the ball, you just drop the ball. But you don't have to try to make yourself look good by downplaying and talking down other programs. I'm just saying. As I stated last week or earlier this week, hopefully you'll turn the page and get it back right. And then hopefully we won't have to blame anyone else and be accountable for when you miss the mark. But nonetheless, it is what it is. We're now going to hear from Brother Ted Dixie in our conversation about the Alabama A&M Bulldogs. And welcome to this special little segment we got. It took us a while, ladies and gentlemen, but we finally tracked him down. The voice of the A&M Bulldogs. You heard him with his Bulldog report. My friend, my brother, Brother Ted Dixie. How you doing, my man?
Man, I'm good, Mr. Prince.
Hey, man, I just want to let you know, we had some of our listeners. They loved your hype. They said, but where is he, man? He faded on us after the Pine Bluff game. But you're back live and live in color. I told him you had an emergency. He said he had a phone call he had to take, and it was all good, though. What's going on, brother?
Man, after that shellacking, we took it home from Pine Bluff. I need to pull in the shell for a minute, man. Nobody thought. Look, let's be real. We beat them at their homecoming last year, 40-something to nothing.
Right.
We weren't looking at Pine Bluff. When the schedule came out, I will be honest. I said, we open with Pine Bluff Conference. This should be good opener, be a good game for us. Well, it probably turned out to be better than I hoped with the L on top of our heads when we left the stadium that night. And that's the Lewis Cruz Classic.
Yes,
so they
sir.
Took our game. They took a trophy. You know what I'm saying?
They just took everything. Took everything.
Yeah, man. So, and then this past weekend, we go out of conference, Southern Conference, University of North Alabama. Been a long-time rivalry. Well, I say rivalry. The Bulldogs have only won 3 times to lose in 16. I think we tied once in that whole series. Last time we had beat them was in 1988, but we hadn't played every year.
Right.
We renewed the rivalry last year and brought it back in, and we played this year. So it was home for us last year. We went there this year, and we split the games. But you might hear about some of our Coach Connell Maynor, some of his comments that he made at his press conference that have now shown up in newspapers around. That's why, we can talk about it now because it's already out there.
Well, bring everybody up to speed who might not be aware of what's going on.
Well, Coach Maynor is quoted as saying this is 2019, not 1959. That's in reference to an incident, for lack of a better word, treatment, that some of his staff received from some folks at the stadium. Now, the real issue was we have credentials we take to every game that shows who's supposed to be on the field, who's supposed to be where. Well, typically, the coaches like to wear theirs off their belt, off their waist, not around their neck. It's kind of obtrusive even to me as a broadcaster.
Right.
Well, they were instructed to put them on around their neck. But the UNA staff was wearing it around their waist. So, we thought that was just a little extra. Well, there was an officer. I don't know if he was a police officer, a sheriff's deputy, or he was just working security at the game. But when the gentleman said you had to wear your credentials around your neck, when they got a little pushback, he maybe took a step forward, but he definitely put his hand on his weapon and said, you heard what he said.
Wow.
The coach didn't appreciate that. Some other folks don't appreciate that. Some people might say you're being a little sensitive. I said, well, yeah, after Tamir Rice, I think I have the right to be a little bit sensitive.
Yes.
And I'm not that guy that looks out for that kind of stuff, to be honest, Mike. I have white godchildren, and I hate to use the term any kind of color, but we're all tight and cool like that. So, and I grew up in the South, so I understand good treatment. I understand people professional. Alabama A&M University has played in Cincinnati. We opened Cincinnati Stadium. We've been to Georgia Tech. We've played Auburn twice. We've been to Vanderbilt, Coastal Carolina. We've been some places. I've seen some professionalism. We go to Grambling. I badmouth Grambling's lack of hospitality for years. That Santoria Black came to me in the press box before a game to our radio booth and was like, bruh, what you talking about Grambling for? I mean, you was real with it. I have a cousin that went to Grambling.
Uh-huh.
But when you come to Lewis Cruz Stadium, when you come to Huntsville, Alabama, we're going to set it out for you.
Right.
No doubt. You'll be like, oh, man, they took care of us. They were really cool. It was all right. Get your escort to the stadium with the state troopers. If your troopers come to town, our troopers will meet you. You know, we cleared the way for you. So when I go to somewhere and I know UNA now, they're just coming up to Division One, so they have to crawl before they can walk.
Right.
You know, but you know when you do that, you go to Mississippi Valley State. State Valley doesn't have a lot going on, but they're one of the most professional staffs going, and always have been. So I like professionalism. I appreciate professionalism. So when it is not there, I notice. So some of the stuff they said, I don't understand gamesmanship, trying to take you off the game, you know, have you concentrate on everything but football. But when your sideline headphones don't work, when you have trouble getting on the air, just using voice over IP for the radio broadcast, when they don't let you get your coach's view of the game film because they didn't order a lift tall enough for the one you requested, that kind of stuff. Now they'll say that, you know, they said there was a problem with the tickets. We didn't get tickets. Well, we didn't give them tickets last year, so I like to take that off the table for everybody that may want to know. We did not provide them with tickets last year.
Okay.
That's easy. That's cool. We got money. We can buy tickets like y'all bought y'all's last year. No sweat. We good, right? Everybody good. We got money. We good. Oh, no problem. We got room in the stadium. Good. Okay. It is what it is. Let's go. We want to see the game. We ain't going to not see the game.
So let me ask you this. Let me ask you this, Brother Ted. Do you think it has heightened the rival or the meeting of these two institutions, or do you think it will be the phase out of never to intertwine again?
Let me tell you how this ought to work now, Mr. Prince. Now, if you're a negotiator, like our president, you would use this to your advantage. Coach Maynard said he doesn't want to play him anymore. What's really been set up right now is for us to play this game in Birmingham, Alabama, in the new stadium that's going to be built in Birmingham. Or we go to Old Legion Field and give them a reason to renovate part of Legion Field. I don't know. I'm just saying. I would say from somebody saying, I don't want to play you, there is some play in there to make Coach feel good about us playing you. There's some other opportunities for us to use it. I don't believe there's anything such as bad publicity.
Okay.
Some folks didn't even know the University of North Alabama is going to exist until this happens. They know about Alabama A&M University now. We got all kind of stuff going on. We're an academic institution. We got patents. We send people to the moon. All that kind of stuff going on. That's what's up.
Right.
So that's not a problem.
Right.
We're trying to help the University of North Alabama, who probably thinks they're a little bit better than they are because of their D2 success. I understand you were D2 national champions and things like that. I understand we don't beat y'all often, but you hate it when we do. We ain't got to beat you but once.
Right. Only takes one time.
One time. And the last time for us to beat y'all, oh, no, y'all want it back. Y'all want this back bad. And I'm going to tell you something, being on the inside of some kind of tornado like this, and this, you know, just swelling. I know people like you. I told people I know national folks now. They're going to call me and ask about this.
Right.
I said, I can't say anything about what Coach experienced. I just know what I experienced. And I just thought the dude was a little bit extra when he was trying to reprimand me for giving my cousin my media pass while it was 100 degrees outside. He's handicapped. I get there super early. So he was just going to sit there, but I had a game ticket for him from the SID. You couldn't let him just sit in our box. Matter of fact, why are you in our radio box?
Wow.
Ain't you got something else to do?
Wow. Well, the game within the game is what I say. And it's why we
no doubt
appreciate the power of athletics. Because of athletics, you can bring to surface some things that people are somewhat coy to even bring up in casual conversation.
Come on.
And if you understand the dynamics beyond the X's and O's, sports can be a dynamic pendulum swing when you understand the cause and effects of it.
We're at the Black College Football Hall of Fame kickoff game. First classic they ever had. First one. We had a presentation from the CEO of the Pro Football Hall of Fame. The very first thing he started with was how the huddle brings all these Americans together.
Go figure that one. Go figure that one.
You popped it. You popped it, Mr. Prince.
Yes, sir.
So, hey, and I would say this is a moment where we can elevate ourselves to understanding what it's like to deal with people.
Let's understand the big picture, which once again brings us back to the power of athletics. When I'm in the power, it doesn't matter black, white, Asian, Hispanic, whatever ethnicity you can think of. What matters in your case is the maroon and white. In my case, is the purple and gold. You put that uniform on, baby. That's the only color I'm concerned about. You know.
Man.
So we're speaking with Ted White, the voice of the Alabama A&M Bulldogs, and the Bulldogs make a road of redemption after their, we're going to say, slight debacle against Pine Bluff. You come out with the win against North Alabama. Now you got your gears focused for this week's opponent. What are going to be some of your keys to victory as you get ready?
Stanford University is who we play. They're the Bulldogs as well. You know, when I first started broadcasting, my dad said, you never say the other school's mascot. We're long-time radio listeners, and I see why. If we say Bulldogs, you won't know who has the ball, who made the play, or what. So you got to say Bulldogs versus Stanford. Anyway, they were a playoff team 2 years ago. They have a fine staff. When you have a quality program like they have, you know, we compete for student-athletes. They're doing a good job of getting some that we would hope to get. They have a dual-threat quarterback. And this is one of those guys who can spread the ball around. I watched a little bit of film. Whenever I watch the film, I start with the defense to see what you see what you're up against. And one thing I noticed, this guy, their quarterback, is good at getting them in the right play at the right time. So, yeah, regardless of what we're going to have, we don't know how we're going to make, you know, Coach always says you like to make somebody one-dimensional.
Right.
Take something away. And then they have to hit the pressure on something. You hope you do it to what they're not very good at. It looks like they're pretty good in all the phases. And they just went and beat Wofford, who is a perennial power in the football championship subdivision.
Absolutely.
So Stanford's there now. That, you know, it's another foray into that conference. We'll see. I mean, good for the opportunity. I tell you something, though. Their stadium only has 6,700. Football championship subdivision stadium, 6,700. First, I'm wondering how that happened.
Well, there's a minimum requirement, isn't it, of 10,000 at least?
Man, that's what I thought.
Okay.
So, anyway, there's 6,700. They had 2,000 tickets left yesterday. They are in danger of having a split stadium.
Wow.
Or us having more seats than they do.
Well, that's not danger. That's not danger on your end. That's danger on their end.
Well, yeah. And we got that from Prairie View. When Prairie View beat us in the SWAC championship game, it was in Birmingham and it was cold. Y'all came about 800 miles to the game.
That's right.
110 miles down the road.
That's right.
Y'all had 20,000 in the stands. We had 200. I know because I counted them.
Yes, sir.
So
yes,
sir.
You
got to take folks with you. If it's an important game, you got to show up. That's what I learned.
Hey, let me help you out. There's an old congregational we used to sing, "Take the Lord along with you everywhere you go." Take the fans along with you everywhere you go, brother.
Everywhere. Don't get caught. As you know, I used to play that game on the internet. Lacking. Don't get caught lacking.
There you go. There you go.
Play it on the year. The birds chirping.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, look, brother Ted, man, we definitely appreciate you as always, man. And look, my listeners, they're astute and they pay attention. And they want you to be consistent. They want you to be consistent now.
Well, they like it like that, then I tell y'all what. You can find me, Ted Dixie, Dixie on Facebook. Go ahead, friend me. Let's see what's happening. Then I can go to some other people's groups. Because I love hearing people talk about it in the conference.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We're looking forward to it, Mike. Y'all be good, man. God bless.
All right, God bless. Brother Ted Dixie, the voice of the Alabama A&M Bulldogs, as they are trying to sort out the madness that was the game within the game. I am the radio guy, Dr. Mike Prince. Thank you all for joining us on this special update. As always, you can join us each and every day at the Mike Prince Show by simply hooking up at obnradio.com, our social media handles, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, or at the Mike Prince Show. And don't forget our 24-hour dial-in message line, 713-570-6736. And until the next time, you guys be blessed, and we'll see you on the other side.